How's it going, everyone? Data here, and welcome back to the New York Islanders franchise mode here on NHL 25. Moving into episode number 29 for the year number 8, 2032 postseason. In the last one, we made history with our winningest season in Islanders history, going 58, 20, and 4, finishing atop the NHL, winning back-to-back President's Trophies. Our first 2 President's Trophies in franchise history. We've done so in back-to-back years. We did it with a 15-point margin over the second-place Canucks. 58, 20, and 4 was the record, as I just mentioned. 4.28 goals for per game, leading the way by over half a goal. At goals against, 2.91 was tied for third lowest. Our power play at 23.2% was also the 4th highest, and our penalty kill at 86.2% was the 3rd best in the league. Both of those special teams percentages are the highest that we've had through 8 years with the Islanders so far, so it makes sense we did it in a President's Trophy winning season. Sorry for the voice, by the way, a little bit congested, but I'm ready to push through the postseason. I hope that you are as well, because as I said, last season was historic for one reason, being the winningest, but also for the scoring. We had 2 50-plus goal scorers and 3 45-plus goal scorers, not to mention 6 point-per-game plus players who played 77 games or more. So leading the way was the captain, Bo Top 50 Horvat, scoring 54 goals and 111 points at the age of 37. New career highs in all those categories. After last year, 86 and the age 36 season, went down to an 83 overall. All right, maybe he's going to take a step back in this next season. No, I don't think so. Back to 88, 89 overall, 54 goals, career high there, and top 50, finally breaks 50. He scored 48 previously, but finally 54 goals, shooting at 18.9%. The captain led by example. Right behind him was Brock Boeser, who scored 55 goals, led the team in goal scoring, and 99 points, 1 off 100, as he missed 5 games due to injury. He did that in 77 games played. Brock Boeser, 35 years of age himself. We called them the Splash Brothers last episode, as now he's spent a lot of years now with the Islanders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was his 7th year as an Islander. And it started out 58, 65, 67, big jump to 98, bit of a reduction, still fantastic, to 82. Then nope, bounce back to 90, and boom, 99, along with 55 goals when he had never surpassed 35 previously. Crazy, shooting at 17.1%. Both of these guys with a combined age of 72 get it done with 109 goals put together. So Horvat and Boeser were the big stories of last episode, but let's not forget some of the other fantastic performances. Porter Martone has finally arrived on the island, our 8th overall pick back in the 2025 draft, who put together some very good seasons. 31 as a rookie, okay, then back-to-back 61, 68. We loved what we saw from Porter Martone, but we said, is this his limit? Is this his ceiling? No, he comes back with 25 goals and 74 points. We think that's his ceiling. No. 97 points and a plus 50. 71 assists from the 6'3" power forward, as it was career highs all around once again for him now at the age of 25. Career high in ice time as well, so great to see him taking advantage of the opportunities that we've been giving him. Porter Martone, fantastic efforts. Cole Yzerman, 46 goals and 93 points, doing so as an 86 overall, just an 86. And yes, he has 5-star shooting, but still, 89 slap shot accuracy, 88 wrist shot accuracy, and he's scoring 46 goals, shooting at 14.2%, so career high in goals and points there as well. If you want to change the Splash Brothers for the big 3 instead, then Cole Yzerman is that 3rd, absolutely. 46 goals, 93 points, plus 44. Oh my goodness. And then all that just to say, hey, Oliver Kapanen, 85 points as well. And I highlight him more than Matty Barzal, who we'll see in a moment, because Kapanen had just scored 57 points last year. Yes, 66 the year prior, but we weren't sure, okay, was he more of a 60-point guy after that bit of a slight decrease? No, 28 goals and 57 assists. Yes, he's playing with guys who are shooting at a ridiculous percentage, but still helping him to an 85-point season, 18 power play points, a career high in ice time of 1931. We gave him the top 6 opportunity that he had been waiting for since he became an Islander, and he ran with it. It was a slower first half, still good, but slower first half, on pace for about 70 points, and then in the second half ends off, of course, as you see here, with 85. And finally, the point per game players, Matty Barzal, 34 years of age, lifer here on the island, 80-point season in 77 games played, slight decrease from the last couple of seasons, understandable, but still 34 years old and not even playing crazy ice time, 17:40 per night, those kinds of totals are incredible from our older players. We love the storylines of Martone, Yzerman, even Kapanen, who we could say is on the younger side at 28, absolutely. Barzal, 34, Besser, 35, and Horvat, 37. Oh my goodness. Let me run through the rest of the season that was very quickly now we've got the big ones out of the way. Lyman Zupon, 63 points in his 4th NHL season, getting better every single year. Benjamin Keevan, 56 points in his first year as an Islander, very good step from him. David Jiricek, 56 and a plus 37 on the first year of his massive new contract, paying him $12.75 per year. Dylan Cousins, only 38 points. We would have expected a little bit more, but he was in a reduced role this year with how Bo Horvat had to get back into the top 6 with how he was performing. So Dylan Cousins, you'll be back getting more ice time in the near future, and you're still signed on for 3 more seasons, so not worried about you. Kimmo Hakana, the rookie, 81 overall now, 23 years of age, playing 10.39 per night, and he puts up a really impressive 33-point rookie season at 6'5", not getting a lot of ice time, but getting a little bit of special teams. Awesome. Fajmo, 25. We had a lot of conversations about him last episode. He got reduced back to his 4th line role where he scored 41 points last season. Ends up with 25 points in his what will probably be his last year as he's on an expiring contract. And there you go. Ralph Preissing, 24 and 71 in a 4th line role. Neil Pionk, 22 points and a plus 31 at the age of 36 on the 1-year deal that he signed in the offseason with us. Pispinen, 19 points in 49 games, kind of as a 13th forward for us. Ulf Engqvist, 19 points and a plus 38 in his rookie season. The 82 overall, yes, defensive defenseman with 5-star puck skills and 92 shooting accuracies, higher than Cole Yzerman. Yes, 11 goals and 19 points, plus 38 from him. Torsten, shout out if you got that reference. Thomas Hornqvist, 15 points and a plus 9 in his sophomore season. Not known for his offensive capabilities so much, but I wouldn't have minded a little bit more from him as the ice time got a little bit higher. And actually, well, 14.38 last year he had played 13.48. Yeah, okay. Ended up going down from what we thought it would be because of, well, you'll see the lineup in a moment when we go to our line. Took 13 points plus 13 in 73 games. Alexeyev, big story of last episode. There's a lot to say about this historic season, so please bear with me. Yuri Alexeyev. I was saying Alexeyev, then Alexeyev. We're going to go back to Alexeyev as one comment was recommending. Yuri Alexeyev, who was our first round pick, 29th overall in 2030, started the year as a 77 overall in the AHL, but 31 games in, he had jumped to an 84. We gave him another 21 games in the AHL, then we promoted him to the NHL so that he'll maintain his rookie status for next season. So he ended with 45 points in 52 games in the AHL, and then 8 points in 20 games as a plus 8 in the NHL, playing just 11 and 15 of ice time. So Yuri Alexeyev, the two-way forward with 4-star puck skills and the 4-star shooting. We're looking forward to much more from him, and he has such a great story as well. Our Curie 4th line, 8 points in 34 games. Rasmus Sandin has been the heartbreaker. There's no reason to really keep him out of the lineup, and it's not that we don't want Rasmus Sandin back in the lineup. We really do. 4 assists, -4 in 21 games. It wasn't the end of the world, but we swapped him out. We brought in Boldzuk, then there were some injuries, blah, 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 and the rest of the defense has been doing really well, plus-minus wise and everything else. So Sandin has just not had the opportunity to get back into the lineup. It's not that we're keeping him out purposefully. And then for the goaltending in the year that was, Trey Augustine, the Emperor, goes 45, 15, and 3. Further establishing the Augustine Empire here in New York. 4 shutouts, a .904 save percentage, and 2.81 goals against average. Not the craziest career numbers, but still quite respectable when you look at the other goalies in the league especially. And our backup, Colton Ellis, who eliminated us in the Stanley Cup Final last year with Winnipeg. 13, 6-1 was his record. 1 shutout, 895 save percentage, and 3.01 goals against average. So like I said, a lot to say in a historic season, but now we can start getting into the postseason where we'll be facing the Columbus Blue Jackets once again. Here now in our 6th consecutive postseason, we've made it to 3 of the last 4 Stanley Cup Finals. We've made it to 4 consecutive Eastern Conference Finals, and we've also faced the Blue Jackets in 3 of the last 4 postseasons. We didn't last year, but the 3 years consecutively before that, beating them all 3 times, twice in the first round and once in the second round. So now we're facing them for a 4th time in the last 5 postseasons here in round 1. Let's quickly take a look at our lineup. You already saw the point totals, but Yzerman, Horvat, and Martone is the first line. Besser, Kapanen, Barzal on the second. Keevan, Cousins, and Alexeyev on the third. Fajmo, Hakana, and Preissing on the fourth. Defense, Zupon and Jiricek, always the top pair. Now on the second pair, Hornqvist was supposed to be taking that second pair role. However, the plus-minuses have been working out that Pionk was really loving life with Ulf Engqvist, plus 31 for Pionk, and Engqvist was also a 38, yes. So it's hard to say we should break up that second pair. And on the third pair, Boldzuk and Hornqvist, Could we bring in Sandin for Boldzuk? Perhaps, but at the same time, he also 13 points plus 13. Why would we take him out when he has proven to be such a good simulation player? So if something needs to change, it'll be Boldzuk for Sandin, but at least to start the postseason, we'll keep the team that got us 58 wins and go from there. Goaltending, of course, it's 82, yes, 82 overall Trey Augustine, backed up by 79 overall Colton Ellis. The scratches, Pispinen, Sandin, and Arcuri, and we are ready to roll into Game 1 of Round 1 here against the Blue Jackets. Let's just quickly get a recap of their lineup. We've seen them very, very often, and we know that they have one player who we always want to make sure that we beat on in their defensive core. So their first line is Caden Lindstrom, Kent Johnson, and Thomas Scholes, who, at least in our experience, have never really shown up in a big offensive way. In other years, I remember Drouin being a big guy for them in their top 6, but, of course, we're jinxing it now, but their first line has never really had a lot of postseason success against us. Just saying historically. Kempe, Fantilli, Marchenko on the second, Evangelista, Reshny, and Beauvillier on the third, with Drouin, Goncalves, and Brindley on the fourth. Data 72 Hall of Famer, Jonathan Drouin. On defense, Zach Werenski now down to an 84 overall, along with our good old buddy Noah Dobson. We're 3-0 against him in the postseason since we traded him away. Not the greatest few seasons here in Columbus. The first 2 years, 58, 64. After that, 47, 51 with a negative 22. This year, 49 points plus 7. Hopefully, he's just as fraudulent as ever. As I always say, Mr. Dobson, if you're watching, I think you're a fantastic player. I'm sure you're an even better person. But in this universe, EA has just ruined you. Second pair, Malinsky with Engstrom, and third pair, Seeley with Johansson. As they do have an injury to Denton Matejchuk, 85 overall. We'll check how long he's out for. And then Ryan Suzuki and Riley Kidney, both healthy scratches. Let's see, Columbus, Matejchuk out, for the entire postseason. So that's good news for us, at least. He had to get elbow surgery. He's out for the entirety of 2032 here. He won't be back until next season. So that helps us against their defensive core, at least you would think. But as we know in EA land, it's not always the case. And before I get started, I just want to highlight one comment from the AGMs in the last one. It's Wild Bronco, one of our channel members, as you can tell by the loyalty badge next to the name. Thank you very kindly, Wild Bronco. If you want to become a channel member, click join down below and check out the perks that would be available to you, both here on YouTube and in our Discord server, if you were to become one of our founding channel members. Now that it's been only a few weeks since we got this going. So, Wild Bronco said, the Isles have had 2 50-goal scorers only once, in 81-82, when Bossy scored 64 and Trottier had 50 exactly. They've never had 3 45-plus goal scorers like we did this season. The closest was in 84-85 when Bossy got 58 and Sutter and Tonelli both hit 42. Thank you very much for the research there, Wild Bronco. And Bronco also added, from what I can tell, the last 3 45-plus goal scorers on a team were the 95-96 Penguins, who had Lemieux, Jagr, and Nedved. So now here we are all the way in 2032 doing it again. What a year it was. And we're going to roll straight into the postseason right now. No other AGM suggestions. We're ready to go. The team that got us 58 wins will be the same team that gets at least Game 1 of Round 1. As you can see on the right, goals for per game. First for us, 25th for the Blue Jackets. Goals against per game. The Blue Jackets beat us here. They were 2nd in the league. We were 4th in the league. That's the only place that really concerns me. Power play, ours was 4th best, theirs was 31st. Penalty kill, ours 3rd, theirs 6th. Very interesting parallels here. So, Game 1, Round 1 of the 2032 postseason, trying to march our way to what would first be a 5th consecutive Eastern Conference final, then hopefully a 4th Stanley Cup final in the last 5 years, and then finally what would be our 2nd Stanley Cup in the last 4 years as well. So Game 1, Round 1, here we go. Possibly the last chance for some of these guys to be at their best. Horvat and Besser and Barzal and all these guys who are getting into their mid-30s now, even their late 30s. And as always, you see the video is about an hour and a half, hour 40, maybe hour 50 long. If it does end up happening that we lose early and it's just a black screen for about an hour, letting that run for a little bit would be very much appreciated for the performance of the video. But I'd prefer that things are not spoiled and we react together to the video, to the postseason run as we go through it. Game 1 here at UBS Arena. First period. Yes, sir! David Jiricek opens it up against his old team. Brock Besser with his 55-goal season gets it going after that. Bo Horvat, who had 54, says, let me follow you right back less than a minute later. And then Benjamin Keevan in his first career postseason game as an Islander. I'm not sure if it's first career postseason game in total with, I don't know if he ever got there with the Flames. He scores as well in the power play. 4-0 after 20. Already the voice is going to go if I'm already getting like this after the first period of Game 1. 4-0 after 20. We got to just take down that fraud, Thatcher Demko. Second period, 7-1. again! Sam Bolduc with a rare goal. Alexeyev with his first career NHL goal as well. First career NHL postseason goal, sorry. In his first career postseason NHL game. Cole Eiserman on the power play gets the extra point, making it 7-0 on Demko. Then Johnson gets one back 5 seconds later. Okay. 7-1 moving into the third period. I'll need some water after this one, but let's try and wrap it up. Shots 30-20. Great way to set the tone as the President's Trophy winners. Last year winning the President's Trophy, then losing in 6 in the Stanley Cup Final. We are hungry, we are starving, and we are ready. That's the most important thing. We are ready. We are prepared and we are ready. 7-1 the final. No scoring in the third period as shots end 40-26 for the Isles. 25 saves on 26 shots from the Emperor. And Cole Eiserman had a goal and 2 assists. Besser and Horvat a goal and an assist apiece for second and third stars of the game, respectively. Great start, everybody. We love to see it. No comments to make. I'm going to keep on rolling. I'm not even going to take my water. No break. We're going straight to game 2 at UBS Arena. Fans keep waving those towels. Demko with a .666 save percentage and 14.61 goals against average. Now, we need to understand that they definitely will bounce back. They're not going to want to allow 7 goals again. Again, that's the one area they were better than us in the season. So we can't expect to get 7 every night, but allowing 1, that's great news. First period of game 2, 1-0. Oh, top 50 Horvat. The captain gets things rolling. Shots tied at 12 after 20. Second period, 2-1. The Blue Jackets come back. Fantilli and Lindstrom scored twice in the second to now have them up 2-1, despite being outshot 30-20. We have 10 more shots, but 1 less goal. We got to break through Thatcher again after he allowed 7 last game. No, the fourth line, Goncalves makes it 3-1. Power play Blue Jackets after that, we kill it off, but we can't score when we're shorthanded all this time. Halfway through the third period, the Blue Jackets have really come back and rallied in the shots. 5 minutes to go. Of course, there's the fraud Thatcher Demko, who has a .666 save percentage in game 1, but then makes 40 saves on 41 shots in game 2. That makes perfect sense. There you go. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm just saying. Come on now. Demko 40 saves, Lindstrom a goal and an assist. Horvat got a goal for third star honors. And this series is tied at 1, just like that. Headed back now to Nationwide Arena. We'll head to Columbus. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that we beat the Blue Jackets twice in 6 games and once in 4 games, if I'm remembering that correctly. I know it's never gone to 7. But actually, now that I look, yes, the 2 times we've beaten them in round 1, those were both by 6 games. The one sweep in 4 games was our round 2 matchup against them. So here we go on the road at Nationwide Arena. It's now going to be a best of 5 as we split the games at home and move to Columbus. First period, 1-1 after 20. Evangelista opens it up. Then Ralph Pricing, who actually had a really nice scoring touch last postseason, gets his first here in game 3. Fourth line scoring coming through. Oh no, Colton Ellis is in nets. Oh no. What happened here? Oh boy, is that going to be an injury to Trey Augustine? He made it halfway through the first, and then Ellis was in after that. Schultz had a shot there on Ellis at 5:56. Oh boy. So Colton Ellis, who won his Winnipeg Jets the Stanley Cup last season, welcome back to postseason action. He's thrust into it here. Shots are 21-19 for the Islanders after 40, but we're down 2-1. Third period, power play opportunity. Oh, we gotta capitalize on those. The extended power play for the Blue Jackets is killed off, and then Fantilli scores even strength after it. Oh, down A, and then Malinsky. There you go. There's Colton Ellis opening up the floodgates for the Blue Jackets, but not for us last year. 4-1. As now we score combined 2 goals on like 75 shots, or 70 shots. There you go. Blue Jackets win 5-1. We score 7 goals in game 1, and then 2 goals in 6 periods after that. Yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, what's the story now with Trey Augustine? Here we go. And he's healthy. Okay, well, at least there's that. But .921 save percentage, 2.34 goals against average. And now here we go. And just like that, we're 1 loss away from going down 3-1 in this series. We cannot allow that. I don't know if we want to do much about the scoring. We've, 7 goals in game 1, but then 2 in the next 2 games after that. Do we need to make a change here? Besser to the first line, perhaps? And Martones the playmaker? Besser, first line. Eiserman, yes, he has 4 points, but -2. Besser, 1 goal, 1 assist. Let's get Besser a little more ice time with the shooting that he's been doing, the shooting percentage he has had. Crazy low ice times here for our bottom 6. That's odd. And defense, +1, +1, -1, -3, -2, and 0. Okay, let's try maybe Pionk at 81, overall 36, the skating, I don't know what. Maybe the playoffs have done something. But -3 through 3 games after being a plus like 36. Let's try Hornqvist and Engqvist, the two Swedes together, and see where that goes. As Augustine, playable injury. Playable injury now. We'll keep him in there. Oh, here at Nationwide Arena for Game 4 of this series. Tied at 2 or go down 3-1. You got to win 3 in a row. This is a must-win, gentlemen. After you score just 2 goals in 2 games, we need to break through Demko like we did in Game 1 and prove ourselves. Continue to prove ourselves. We've done it 3 times before. Not good enough. Do it a 4th. First period, 3-1 Isles after 20. Thank you very much. 3 power play goals. Thank you, Columbus. Besser, Hakanna with his first career NHL postseason goal, and Yurchek against his old team. Schultz scores 1 on Augustine. Who's taking these penalties here? Slashing minor. Okay, all minors. No, sorry, Drouin hooking major. Thank you for the hooking major. Slashing, and hooking major. Awesome. Great. Shots 15-8 after 20. Second period now, 5-1 Isles. Dylan Cousins and Cole Eiserman down on that second line. Beautiful. 5-1 after 40. Third period, power play Isles killed off by the Blue Jackets. This is exactly what we needed to tie the series at 2 and now make it a best of 3 headed into Game 5 back at UBS. Thank you very much to the Islanders faithful here. The fans, the players, the ones who said within themselves, closed-door meeting. You know, it doesn't have to be a 10-game losing streak to have those closed-door meetings. Bo rallied the troops, and there's a big 5-1 win on the road. Shots end 40-29, and we'll tie this series at 2. Augustine makes 28 saves for first-star honors. Mandy Barzal with 3 assists, and Yurchek a goal and an assist for third-star honors to now have a best of 3 headed back to UBS Arena. Thank goodness that's your Trey Augustine was able to play, and I would think, is he? Yes, now fully healed. Very good. So we'll keep on rolling now. My only pauses are to blow my nose, so let's get into Game 5 at UBS Arena with the series tied at 2. Winning 5 and 6 to close another series in 6 would be fantastic, but let's take it one step at a time. We finally got the offense going again in Game 4, but don't let that fool you. The last time we were at home, Demko was able to limit us just to 1. First period, 1-1 after 20. Ralph Price with his second of the series. Then Jonathan Drouin, who had that hooking major last game, tries to make up for it with a goal to tie it, 1-1 after 20. Second period, 2-2. Fantilli puts the Jackets up, but then a power play goal from Cole Eiserman ties it back. Shots are now 24-16 for the Isles, 2-2 after 40. Huge third period coming up. Whoever wins this period goes 1 win away from round 2. 5 minutes in, a second power play now for the Blue Jackets. We kill off both. Halfway through this period, shots are about even now. Next one, likely the winner, feeling like overtime with 5 minutes left now here in Game 5. Huge moments, who can be the hero? And we're off to overtime. Shots end 33-32 in our favor after 60 minutes. Now, typically we go into these games, but I've been so disgusted by the AI. More than just annoyed and upset and embarrassed. I have been disgusted. So we're not going to go into to watch the slow sim unless it's like an elimination overtime. So we're going to let it run here for Game 5 overtime at home. After a scoreless third period, we move into overtime. Next goal's the winner. Whoever gets the next one puts their team up 3-2. Power play Blue Jackets. Huge penalty kill from the Islanders. Shots tied at 39. 8 minutes to go here in this potentially first overtime. 5 minutes left. Do we have a late hero? Yes, we do! Cole Eiserman wins it in overtime. Shots end 42-40, and the Islanders win it 3-2 to go up 3-2 in this series. Cole Goal Eiserman. 2 goals gets him the second star honors. Hakanna had 2 assists for third. And Trey the Emperor Augustine makes 38 saves to get us the dub. 38 on 40 to put us up 3-2. And after being down 2-1, we now have a chance to end it in Game 6 on the road at Nationwide Arena. We love finishing series in 6 games, so let's try to do it here. Don't give them a chance to breathe and push it to 7. We've never gone to 7 against the Blue Jackets, so let's not start now. On the road for Game 6. And whenever we've beaten them I think we've always had home ice advantage. So we've been able to close it on the road before. And there's Bo Horvat, 14 seconds in, the first shot of the night. And the captain says, I am ending it now. Here we go. First period ends 2-0. Ulf Engqvist with his first career NHL postseason goal. Is he, the 4th player to do that this postseason? Awesome. All of our rookies getting in on it. 2-0 after 20. Second period now. We're done. It's over. It's over. The Blue Jackets are finished and the Islanders are through in 6 games. We are now going to go 4-0 in the last 4 times we've faced them. 3-0 in the last 3 times we've now faced them in the first round, always beating them in 6 games. Fajimo, Kevin, Jiricek, and Besser, that's Jiricek's 3rd goal of this series, puts us up 6-0, and that's enough to call it a night. Adrian Kempe gets one to break the shutout on Augustine, 6-1 Islanders. Oh, and we are through to round number 2 for, what is that, a 5th consecutive year? So we lost to the Bruins in year 3. I remember that. Hakana makes it, gets us to the extra point, making it 7-1. Werenski makes it 7-2. But we will win this one handily. Ending off with a final, Schultz gets one more. Ending off with a final score of 7-3, outshooting the Blue Jackets 38-30. And we once again defeat Columbus in a 6-game first-round series. Hakana, Jiricek, and Besser, 1st, 2nd, 3rd star respectively, all with a goal and an assist, as we are through to round number 2 once again. Oh, it feels good to take down the Blue Jackets. I know, I love the Blue Jackets. We've done a franchise mode series with Columbus. No hate intended. It's purely just in this franchise mode series. So through round number 1, let's see who showed up. What kind of point totals do we see here? Cole Yzerman with 4 goals and 4 assists. Both he and Barzal led the team with 8 points in 6 games. Barzal, no goals, but 8 apples. Love that. Horvat, Kevin, and even Hakana, all with 6 points in 6 games. Point per game from the captain, the 3rd liner, playing 11:08, and the 4th liner, playing 10:31. Oh my. Wow, Kimmo Hakana, well done, my friend. Jiricek and Besser with 5 points each. Fajimo, oh, okay. Zupon, both with 4. Pricing, Kapanen with 3. Cousins, Martone, Porter Martone has to wake up with 2 in 6. Alexeev, Enqvist, Boldzuk, Pionk, all with 1 point. Hornquist, no points and a +1 through 6 games. The only player without any points. And goaltending, Augustine went 4-2 with a .932 save percentage and 2.04 goals against average, while Colton Ellis, who was, let's just, a quick reminder of his numbers from last postseason. Yeah, right here, .922 save percentage, 2.48 goals against average, 3 shutouts, 16-3-2. He did not look good in relief. .866 save percentage, allowing 4 on 30. All right, there you go. There are the point totals through round 1, as we can now get a little bit of rest. Not the most amount of rest, but a little bit of rest, as we'll wait to see who our opponent in round number 2 will be. So round number 1 has come to a conclusion, and in round number 2, we will be facing the New Jersey Devils. All right. Whew, Devils, a big rivalry here, geographically, of course. And we've faced the Devils before. Of course, what am I saying? We have faced the Devils in 3 of the last 4 second-round series that we've been in. So over the last 4 years, when we've gone to the Eastern Conference Final or further, in our second-round matchup, 3 out of 4 times we have faced the Devils, beating them in 7 games 4 years ago, 4 games 2 years ago, and 6 games last year. So another team who we're 3-0 against. We took down the Blue Jackets, now making us 4-0. Now we're going to face the Devils and hopefully also go 4-0. It's just a typical postseason run. Columbus round 1, Devils round 2, and then Jets Stanley Cup Final, right? But here we go. What is their lineup looking like here for year number 8 in 2031-32? I would assume still some Jack Hughes action going on in there. Let's scroll down to the New Jersey Devils, a team that we know very, very well in second-round matchups. Bratt, Hughes, and Mercer. A formidable first line. Second line, Warren Lee, the grinder. Yes, the 89 overall grinder with Nico Hischier and Kevin Fiala. Third line, Kopp, Bordelot, and Akil Thomas. Fourth line, Olivier, Dean, and Alto. So a really impressive top 6 overall wise. Brad has 5 points in 4 games as they swept their first round matchup. Hughes 6 in 4. Mercer just 2 points. Fiala 5 points. Hischier 4 points. Warren Lee just 1. So this is a team that's sick of losing to us after always they consistently win in round 1, but then can't get past us in round 2. So they're going to be hungry in this second round matchup again. Luke Hughes with Simon Nemec on the top pair. Second pair, David Reinbacher with Shea Theodore, and Riker Evans with Etienne Morin on the third. Nemec 4 points plus 4, and Hughes 3 points plus 3 in that first round matchup. Goaltending, it's Bell, right? Yes, Graham Bell, the 83 overall starter. Yes, of course, with a .948 save percentage right now. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, even when we beat him last year, actually, no, sorry, it was only 1 appearance he had. Now he's the starter. So through 5 appearances in his postseason so far in EA land, he's 4-1 with a .947 save percentage and 1.58 goals against average. Yeah, that makes sense for the 83 overall, who in the regular season has an .898 save percentage and 3.13 goals against average, of course. Yes, backed up by 80 overall Vitek Vanacek. Wasn't he like an 87 overall last year or a couple of years ago? Yeah, after his big year in 2030. Yeah. Any scratches or injuries? No, nothing too crazy here. Hinola at an 81. And there you have it. All right, so a team that we know well, a team with great overall players, a team that's coming off of a sweep. They are well rested, and they are driven, let's just say that, as they took down the Flyers in a 4-game series. Great. All right, here we go. Game 1, round 2. Home ice advantage here against the Devils, who went 46, 28, and 8 on the season. Playing for a lot on both sides. Here we go. First period, and it's 3-3. High-scoring first period. Wow, 6 goals scored on 22 shots across both teams here. Mercer opens it up. Hughes on the power play makes it 2-0. Kapanen on the power play, that's his first goal of the postseason. Hughes scores his second to make it 2-1. Sorry, 3-1. Eisman makes it 3-2, and then Besser ties it at 3 with 2 seconds left in the period. We scored twice in the final 2 minutes after the first 4 goals happened in the first 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Shots 12-10 for us after 23-3. Second period, 5-5, 2 goals apiece. Eisman with his second puts us up. Thomas ties it. Mercer puts the Devils up 5-4, but then Bo Horvat ties it. 10 goals on a combined 46 shots. 5-5. It's a barn burner headed into the third period. Will we see 2 goals plus a piece coming up again? Mathieu Olivier on the fourth line makes it 6-5 Devils, but Kapanen on the power play ties it at 6. Who's going to be the first to get to 7? Someone will. Power play Islanders, could that be it? No, power play Devils killed off. Even strength. Power play Islanders, but Kevin Fiala scores as our power play expires. Power play for us again. It's 7-6 Devils. Do we have a 7th in us with a minute to go? Yes, we do! Ralph, no! What? Board alone with 10 seconds left! Oh my goodness, what a game! 8-7 Devils win! Oh, we choke it! Pricing scores with 23 seconds left from behind the goal line, pulling the Michigan. And then 13 seconds later with 10 seconds left in the game, Bordeleau scores, and the Devils win 8-7. Shots end 45-32 for New York. But in a game that saw 15 goals scored, 3 goals apiece in the first, 2 goals apiece in the second, and the Devils beat us 3-2 in the second, outscoring us 8-7. Oh my goodness. 2 goals and 3 assists from Jack Hughes, 2 goals and 2 assists from Oliver Kapanen, a goal and 3 assists from Brock Besser. In a game like that, yeah. Plus minuses in this one, -3s from Hornquist and Keevan. Hornquist, man, you're killing me out here. Rasmus Sandin just waiting to get back in this lineup. Even Engqvist -2, Alexiev -2. Wow, 8-7 loss in game 1. We score 7, great job on Bell, but then we allow 8. Augustine goes from a .932 save percentage to a 932 to a .902 right there. 8-7 loss in game 1 on home ice. Yeah, I think I'm ready to make some changes here on defense. I know it's not the craziest, not the most upsetting results we've been seeing from the D, but I gotta say, there's a few areas of concern. Engqvist, so 1 goal, -1 in 7 games. Hornquist, 10 penalty minutes, -2. He was -3 in that game. Boldzuk, 1 goal, -1. Pionk, 1 assist, -1. Boy, do we take out Hornquist and put Sandin? Rasmus Sandin, a noted playoff performer. Do we go Sandin and Engqvist? Do we try that? Yes, I think we do. I'm going to say let's try it. It's all about who's hot when it comes to the postseason. It's not about ice time and making people happy. It's the playoffs. It's cutthroat. You got to do what you got to do. So that'll be the only change that we make. Scoring 7 goals was great, but allowing 8, come on now. Game 2 at UBS Arena on home ice. Let's split these and head to New Jersey with the best of 5 working for us. First period, 1-1 after 20. Hakana with his 7th point in now 8 games opens up the scoring, then Fiala ties it soon after. Shots 18-4, more than quadrupling in our favor. More than quadrupling. And it's 1-1. Second period, 2-2. Always back and forth. Power play goal for Warren Lee. Then Ulf Engqvist with Rasmus Sandin on his pairing scores his 2nd goal of the postseason, making it a 2-2 game. Shots are 30-17, almost double in our favor, but we're all tied up headed to the 3rd and final period. Thankfully, it's not 5-5 this time, but we still need some more scoring here on Bell. We can't drop both at home. Come on now, tie the series. Fiala makes it 3-2 Devils. He's been scoring a lot now. 8 minutes to go. Who's going to be that hero? Power play Devils. It's Oliver Kapanen! Shorthanded goal! He had a huge game 1, and shorthanded ties it at 3. Thank you, gets it to overtime. Whew, Oliver Kapanen with 6 minutes to go scores the shorthanded game-tying goal. What a clutch moment from him. Shots are 41-26. and we're headed to overtime with a game tied at 3. A goal for the Devils puts them up 2-0 and allows them to go back home, having stolen both games on the road. A goal for us ties the series at 1, makes it a best of 5, and it's a whole different outlook. Overtime here at UBS Arena. Power play Islanders early, killed off by the Devils as we surpass 50 shots now. Power plays on both sides, killed off all the way. Back to even strength halfway through the period. Power play Devils, killed off again. Oh my goodness, look at the shot totals. Give us the win. Yes, thank you, EA gods. Shots and 60 to 29. I can't remember the last time I saw 60 shots in a game that didn't go... I know it's overtime and close to double overtime, but even then, that's rare. 60 shots. Brock Besser scoring the game-winning goal. Wow. Besser! Thank you, Brock Besser. Oh, how are the plus-minuses in this one now? -1 just from Alexeev. Come on, Alexeev. And 3 stars in this one. Fiala, 2 goals. Engqvist, a goal and an assist. And, of course, Bell with 56 saves. But his team couldn't break through Trey Augustine for that 4th goal. And we tied the series at 1. 8-7 in Game 1. 4-3 in Game 2. What a series this has been and will continue to be, I'm sure, through just 2 games. Okay, on the road at Prudential Center. We've seen ups and downs for everybody. It's been very tight through it all, whether it be high scoring or low scoring. Let's see if that continues to be the trend here as we go on the road with a 1-1 series. Best of 5 here in round 2. David Reinbacher scores on the first shot of the game, and the Devils are up 1-0. All right, first period ends 3-2, thank you very much, as Dawson Mercer puts the Devils up 2-0, but then Barzal, Horvat, and Besser, 34, 37, 35 years of age, put us up 3-2. Our 3 oldest players, I think I'm correct in saying, are 3 veterans, thank you. Shots at 15-11 for the Devils. But we're up by 1 after those 3 consecutive goals. 3 unanswered after being down 2-0. Second period, no scoring. Shots now 22-21 for the Devils. Still holding that 1-goal lead thanks to the veterans. Power play Devils to start the third period is killed off. And thank you, Matty Barzal, with his second, making it 4-2. That's the first time that there's been a 2-goal margin for more than like a minute, I think, in this series. There's Dawson Mercer tying it up 7 minutes later. 4-3 game, 5 minutes to go. Will that 4th from Barzal be enough? I'd love to see one more. Minute 30 to go, and we'll hang on for the victory. Matty Barzal ends up having the game-winning goal as the shots end 33-32 in our favor, and we go up 2-1. Barzal scores twice, Besser a goal and 2 assists. Dawson Mercer had 2 goals, but not enough to rally his team, as that is now back-to-back 4-3 victories for us. Trey Augustine with a swollen knee. Out until May 26th. That's long! No, that's long! Oh my goodness, that is long. Are we in the AHL postseason? Yeah, we are. Stepan not looking good, though. You know what? Sasaki had crazy numbers in the season. I'm calling up Stepan. Sasaki, you can keep starting in the AHL if we're even not eliminated yet. Oh boy, this is not good. Here we go. I'd almost demote Alexeev, by the way, even though we've won back-to-back games. Alexeev now 1 goal, -5, with 4 penalty minutes in 9 games. Pricing 5 points +6, Hakana 7 points +5, and Fajmo 5 points +4. Fajmo could play center, he has 70 face-offs. Maybe Hakana comes up to play with Cousins and Kevin, bring up that size maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Hakana's been the hot one, so let's try that and see where it goes. Kevin, Cousins, Hakana, Alexeev, Fajmo pricing. Defense, yeah, how have you been doing here, Rasmus Sandin? Welcome back to the lineup. It's been like 50 games. 2 assists +2, welcome back. And the goaltending, now Colton Ellis will have to start. As Riley Stepan, who was our 7th round pick in 2027, he's now spent the last parts of 3 seasons in the AHL. Yeah, pretty good numbers. Pretty good numbers. Will he ever grow with that, the low elite potential? I'm not sure. It's 71-23, but he's now backing up as Colton Ellis. We brought him in because of what he did in the postseason last year for Winnipeg. I need you to do the same for us for just a little while, Colton Ellis, please. This is a huge blow, as Trey Augustine had a .905 save percentage and 2.84 goals against average. That is really going to hurt, as Bridgeport will now have Sasaki fill in, and this guy, whoever this rando that they signed, Alexander Emlin, backing him up. What day is it today? It's only May 6th! Oh, that's like 2.5, almost 3 weeks that he'll be out now, as we have another game on the 8th. Oh, I hope it's a playable injury soon, but we got to roll with Colton Ellis if things go well, at least probably halfway through, if not entirely through the Eastern Conference Final. Oh my goodness. Oh, Colton Ellis, please. Back-to-back wins. They've been pushing hard on the offense. We need some EA voodoo for the 79 overall. That's what he had last year. We saw the numbers previously. The shutouts, 16-3-2 is his record, right, with 3 shutouts. Please, Colton Ellis, on the road at Prudential Center for Game 4. Help us to go up 3-1 as we hold a 2-1 lead through 3 games. Here we go on the road. That swollen knee's killing us, but we're going to give him a chance. First period, okay, 3-2. Whoa, Neil Pionk shorthanded. Then Horvat scores twice. Sorry, not Horvat. Horvat scores, then Barzal scores. I thought I saw him twice. But then Lee and Bratt score back-to-back. Shots are tied at 11, and it's 3-2 Islanders after 20. Pionk shorthanded, then our veterans even strength back-to-back. And we did those 3 goals within like 2.5 minutes of each other. Great. Second period now, 4-3 Isles, goal apiece. Alto ties it, but then a power play goal from Besser on Vitek Vanacek, who's now in, makes it 4-3. Shots are 25-19 in our favor through 40. We hold a 1-goal lead. This is the 3rd consecutive game where we have a 4-3 scoreline. Will it end this way? No! We have a power play goal from Cole Eiserman to make it at least 5-3. Will a 2-goal cushion be enough? Power play Devils. There's Luke Hughes scoring as their power play just expires. 1-goal game once again with 5 minutes to go. Hang on tight, gentlemen. 2 minutes to go. 1 minute, 49 seconds. Thank goodness it's another 1-goal victory. All 4 games have been decided by 1 goal, and all 4 games have had at least 7 goals between the 2 teams. 4-3, 4-3, 5-4, 8-7. As the shots end 34-30 for the Devils. But Colton Ellis does just enough to get us the win. Barzal, a goal and 2 assists. Bo Horvat with a goal and an assist. How did the plus-minuses look in this one? -2 from Hakana. We put him on the second line, and it didn't seem to go too well for him there. But the fourth line also had -1s, so... And it was, 30 saves on 34 shots from Colton Ellis. All right, 5-4 win, putting us up 3-1. Let's end the series ASAP to give time for Augustine to rest. 5-4 victory to now put us 1 win away. You wouldn't think it, but we have a chance to end this series in 5 back home at UBS Arena. You wouldn't think it after the way this series has been, but that's the reality that we have right now. Let's not let the Devils have a moment of optimism. Let's crush it here, and let's punch our ticket to a 5th consecutive Eastern Conference Final. First period, 0-0 after 20. Shots tripled in our favor, 12-4. Second period now, and it's 3-2. You can always tell when it's a bit of a half a second lag when you press sim the period. After a scoreless first, there are 5 goals in the second. Porter Martone, welcome to the party, scoring his first goal of the postseason. Then Hischier ties it on the power play. Nemec makes it 2-1. Horvat ties it at 2, then Jesper Bratt 10 minutes later. That was with 4 goals in the first 5 minutes of the period. Bratt with 5:18 to go makes it 3-2 Devils. Shots are 26-18 in our favor, but we're down by 1 headed into the 3rd period. Don't let them go back in Game 6 with home ice advantage. Crush it. Yes, Fagemo, 4th line center role right now. Tying the game at 3. Thank you, my friend. After a lackluster 3rd line audition that had him bump back to the 4th, it's been working out so far. Power play Devils with 5 to go. Huge penalty kill. 2 minutes left. Do we have a hero before overtime? And we're off to overtime. This will be a 5th consecutive 1-goal game. Wow, we're about to see a winner by 1 goal once more. Shots end 37-30 in our favor through regulation. Off to overtime. A goal for us puts us through to our 5th consecutive Eastern Conference Final. A goal for the Devils pushes this to Game 6 back at Prudential Center. Overtime here on Long Island. Can we win another overtime opportunity here in the slow sim? And no, the Devils get it! As Bordelot once again breaking our hearts. Shots end 39-33 for the Islanders, and the Devils win 4-3 with the OT winner. Martone a goal and assist, Horvat a goal and an assist. All right. As this series will see 6. Headed back to New Jersey for the Devils to fight another day. Another 4-3 scoreline and another 1-goal game. The 3rd 4-3 final score. Now we're at May 12th, getting closer to Trey Augustine. In the AHL, we're still surviving. Very good. Sasaki has great numbers, so we'll let him keep going. And that's that. So, we lost the chance in Game 5. Let's not blow it here in Game 6. Don't let them push it to 7, and then who knows what happens there. Let's do the exact same thing as what happened with the Blue Jackets. End it here on the road, give ourselves a chance to relax, and let's get ready for our 5th consecutive Eastern Conference Final. Let's do it. First period with a power play early, 2-0 Islanders. Didn't get a power play goal, but Bo Horvat, who is so consistent, we love you, Bo, opens it up, and Oliver Kapanen soon after makes it 2-0. Shots 18-6, once again tripled in our favor. Oh my goodness. Second period now, 3-1, goal apiece. Matty Barzal making it 3-0 before Jesper Bratt scores with 5 minutes left, just like last game, to get the Devils some life. Shots are 30-26. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A 20-shot period from the Devils. 30-26 now in our favor. As we lead by 2, 3-1. With a 2-goal cushion, will that be enough to punch our ticket? Power play Islanders. There's Dylan Cousins scoring it just as the power play expires. With a 3-goal cushion, you would think that's enough, but you never know in the simulation. 10 minutes to go. Oh, what a hard-fought series. Congratulations to the Devils. Big hugs in the handshake line. And we are through. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta say, even if it's not always leading to cups, now here in year 8 of the GM data era, this is a 5th consecutive trip to the Eastern Conference Final. When's the last time another team did that? 5 straight semifinal appearances. Shots end 42-31 for the Isles as we win Game 6 by a score of 4-1 on the road. Stepan, whoa, what? Stepan, I didn't even realize. The 71 overall Stepan came in relief and made 27 saves as Kapanen and Cousins scored a goal each. Of course, the lower the overall, the better their performance. 71 overall, Riley Stepan. Ellis made 3 saves on 3 shots and got pulled. So Stepan, I didn't even realize that he allowed a goal on Bratt. My bad. He makes 27 saves on 28 shots, playing 52-20 of ice time. That is incredible. Almost the entire game. Oh my goodness, as we win this one. Is there an injury? No, everybody's healthy. And we move on to the Eastern Conference Final against, of course, the Florida Panthers. We have faced them in 2 out of our last 4 Eastern Conference Final appearances. Not just in the playoffs, in the Eastern Conference Final. So the Blue Jackets, who we saw 3 times previously, twice in the first round. We saw them again in the first round this year, we beat them. The Devils, who we had seen 3 times previously, always in the second round. We beat them again. Now we're 4-0 against them. And now in the Eastern Conference Final, for the 3rd time in 5 years, we're facing off against Florida. The Blue Jackets, the Devils, the Panthers, and look who's still there over in the Western Conference. Will it be our 3rd Stanley Cup Final appearance against the Winnipeg Jets? We'll find out. Islanders versus Panthers in the East, Jets versus Stars in the West. Again, showing how well that trade worked out for them. We made that trade way back when for the pick that came our way that became Landon Dupont, and for them, the pick that became that medium lead forward, plus some other pieces that we sent their way. Oh, wow. This is crazy. I've never seen years and history repeat itself like this. As we don't get a lot of rest, sadly. Now it's May 14th. Do we put Stepan in for Game 1? I don't know. The 7th round pick, 71 overall, 23-year-old rookie. Do we give him Game 1? I don't know. Colton Ellis, through 5 appearances, has an .872 save percentage and 3.96 goals against average. I don't know. 13 goals on 102 shots. I'd be tempted. I know it was just in relief, but Stepan still. Those are not the wrong numbers. Oh, sorry, that's season numbers. The playoffs here. Yeah. 27 saves on 28 shots. Do we give him Game 1? Or do we say, okay, we got to give Ellis Game 1, but if he struggles, we go to Stepan Game 2? I think that's probably what makes more sense. Because as much as you say, okay, the low overalls can do well, 71 might be a little too crazy to rely on as our starter for the rest of the way. So let's give another game to Ellis, then maybe Game 2 to Stepan, depending how Ellis does. But let's quickly look at the point totals so far through 2 rounds. As through 12 games, Bo Horvat has 8 goals and 18 points. Oh my goodness. Brock Besser and Matty Barzal both have 17 in 12. Yzerman 13 with 7 goals. Besser also 7 goals. Kapanen 11. Porter Martone just 1 goal, but also 9 assists for 10 points. Okay. Yurchek 8. Hakana and Zupon both with 7. Kevin Fajmo with 6. Pricing, Engqvist with 5. Cousins with 4, Alexeev with 2, same for Pionk and Sandin. Boldzuk 1, Hornqvist, who got taken out, no points, -2 in the 7 games. And the goaltenders, as we saw, looking like this at the moment between Augustine, Ellis, and Stepan. All right, now who are we facing in this Panthers squad who we've seen again before with some history between these two teams? We beat them 3 years ago in 7 games, and we also beat them last year in 7 games. So we're 2-0 against them in the Eastern Conference Finals, always beating them in 7. And now when we look at their 2032 lineup, we see Tkachuk at a 94 overall, still at 34 years of age. Wow, still the exact franchise potential. Well, that's rare to see at 34. Not unheard of, but rare enough. Lundell, first line center with Sam Reinhart on the right side at 36, still an 89 himself. Second line, Samoskevich, Sharangovich, and Verhaeghe. Third line, Cody Glass. Alex Barkov, who at 36 is now down to an 83 overall himself, okay? And Bobby Brink. Fourth line, Leixel, Lizotte, and Rekhoff. Interesting there. Barkov, third line center, huh? So 5 points in 12 games from him. Lundell with 9 points, Tkachuk with 11, Reinhart with 11 as well. Second line, Verhaeghe has 9, Sharangovich has 14, and Samoskevich with 10, all right? On defense, Forsling with Boqvist, of course, franchise mode legend Adam Boqvist with 8 assists and a plus 10, while Forsling has 7 points and a plus 9. Second pair, Guliev with Ekblad, and third pair, Radish with Odelius. Goaltending, it is Spencer Knight at an 87 overall, 921 save percentage at the moment, and 2.47 goals against average. Yeah, he has been something. He's not always been consistent in the postseason, it looks like, but this year, his best career postseason numbers. 87 overall, backed up by former Islander Tristan Lennox. That's true. Former Bridgeport Islander, we could say. Oh, boy. All right. And scratches, injuries, no one that's going to be of any NHL impact. Okay, so at this moment, through our 2 rounds each, goals for per game, 2nd versus 7th in our favor, goals against, 5th versus 1st in the Panthers' favor. So they've been the best in the postseason at goals against. Power play, we're first at 30.6%. The Panthers have been second last at just 3.7% on the power play. Wow. But their penalty kill has been a little bit better at 90.6 versus ours at 90.2. Very interesting. The Panthers went 47, 25, and 9 on the season, and finally their road to the Eastern Conference Final this year has been taking down the Rangers in 6 and the Red Wings in 6. All right, so here we go for Game 1 of our 5th consecutive Eastern Conference Final at home, hosting the Panthers in back-to-back years, and for the 3rd time against them in the last, what is it now? Was it 4 or 5? All these numbers in my head. It's ridiculous. With the Blue Jackets, the Devils, and the Panthers. Matty Barzal scores in the first shot of the Eastern Conference Final, but then Sam Reinhart scores like the 2nd or 3rd shot for the Panthers, 1-1. Porter Martone shorthanded goal. 3 goals in the first 5 minutes. First period ends. 3-2 Panthers. Barzal, Reinhart, Martone shorthanded. Then Barkov and Lundell score twice. And the shots are 16-9 in our favor, but Colton Ellis allows 3 on 9, and we're down 3-2 after 20. Second period, oh boy. All right, there goes Colton Ellis, 6 on 20. Verhaeghe, Tkachuk, and Verhaeghe again. Martone scores his 2nd on the power play. Just needs 1 more at even strength to complete the hat-trick of hat-tricks. 22-20 the shots in our favor, and we're down 6-3. 7, okay, call it a day. 7 for the final. Bo Horvat gets 1, thank you very much. And Colton Ellis, got him explicitly for if we needed him to slot into the postseason. Here he is, and he allows 7 goals on 31 shots. Goodbye, Colton Ellis. We're going to the 71 overall until Trey Augustine comes back. Fantastic. As we drop Game 1 by a score of 7-4. Great. Augustine is back in about a week and a half at full health. Hopefully a bit before that at playable health. But yeah, here we go to the 71 overall. EA, please bless us. As we will go from the 849 save percentage Colton Ellis to 71 overall. Riley Stepan, the 197th overall pick in 2027. Okay, do we need to change Hakana, by the way? What has he done since we moved him to the 3rd line? If we look at his game logs. Since we moved him up, I'm not sure exactly what game it was. No points and a -4 in the last 4 games. So I'm going to say let's switch Hakana back. And we'll actually have pricing come up, yes. 5 points plus 6. Hakana will move, and what's his face-offs again? 72. So he'll go here, Fajma will go here, Alexiev on the right wing, Kevin Cousins pricing. All right, that's what we'll do, as Riley Stepan will be starting against the Panthers in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. This is crazy. Here we go to tie the series at 1, the same speech that I gave to the Islanders after Game 1 against the Devils. Let's not let them get 2 games at home against us. And then they go back to their home, up 2-0. We got to tie the series at 1, make it a best-of-5 right here, right now. First period, there's Hakana, that's 6-0 Islanders! Yes! Yes! Hakana on the 4th line, thank you GM Data. Besser power play goal. Pricing on the 3rd line, thank you GM Data. 3 goals in the first 2 minutes. Fajmo on the fourth line with his now moved to the wing. Thank you, GM Data. Kevin on the third line, now changed. Thank you, GM Data. 5 goals from our bottom 6 after making that one bottom 6 change. Sorry, 4 goals from our bottom 6. And then Oliver Kapanen adds 1 more now on Lennox, who allows 3. So 3 on Knight in the first 2 minutes to get him pulled, and then 3 on Lennox. Shots are 13-10 after 20, and it's 6-0 Islanders. We can pretty much call it a night. 9-0! We're going to hit double digits. Barzal, Horvat on the power play, and Porter Martone, 6 on Lennox now. 9-0 Islanders to close out before we go on the road to finish off these 2 games to open up the series. Come on, double digits. Let's see it. Power play Panthers. Come on, double digits. Let's see them. After we score so many in the first and second. Another power play for the Panthers. Hang on tight. Hang on tight. Oh my goodness. Yes! A 10-0 shutout! Riley Stepan, 71 overall. EA, I hate you, but I love you. Shots and 37-25 for the Islanders. Don't play the 79 overall, who will allow 6 on 20. Play the 71 overall, who's going to have a 25-save shutout in his first career NHL start in the playoffs. Engqvist adds 1 to make it 10-0 the final. Oh, Kapanen a goal and 2 assists, Besser a goal and 2 assists, and Stepan with a 25-save shutout. It's not even that surprising, but it is crazy. No one worse than a +1. That's great. A couple of +4s. Rasmus Sandin +4. Welcome back, Rasmus. 10-0 Islanders. 10-0. That's crazy. Wow. And now we head to the road to Sunrise, Florida at Amerant Bank Arena. We'll see what happens. I'm not saying that Riley Stepan's our starter all the way, but if he kept having performances like that, he might be able to get starts over Augustine, but let's not go too crazy just yet. So let's go back to Riley Stepan starting again. What are his numbers now? Through his one start and his appearance in relief. 52 saves on 53 shots, 981 save percentage, 0.53 goals against average. Okay, here we go for Game 3, series tied at 1, best of 5, starting here on the road against the Panthers. First period, 1-0 Isles. Cole Eiserman on the power play. We know that Stepan's going to have to allow a goal eventually, but that's now 4 consecutive shutout periods in his first ever start. Oh my goodness. 1-0 thanks to Cole Eiserman. Second period, still 1-0 it remains. Shots 21-18 for the Isles through 40. We need to get a little bit more support to Stepan now. We need to support him. Barkov breaks the shutout streak at 5 and a bit periods, if you include when he came in relief. Power play Panthers, power play Islanders, both killed off halfway through the third. 1-1 game. Barkov tied it. Now who's going to win it, or will we see overtime? 5 minutes to go. Next one likely the winner. 3 minutes left here in sunny Sunrise, Florida. And we're off to overtime with shots ending 29-24 for the Islanders. And it's going to be a 2-1 final, another 1-goal scoreline in this postseason. Who's going to win it, though? Next player to score puts his team up 2-1 in this series by winning this game 2-1. 5-on-3 Panthers power play. You're kidding me. Oh, yes. Come on, we can't hold on forever. Oh, Tkachuk gets the game winner on Stepan. 2 goals on 33 shots. Riley Stepan, you're a machine. I love you. Who's taking these penalties here? Let's see. Great. So we take 3 minor penalties over a span of 2.5 minutes in overtime. Elbowing, hooking, and holding. Cool. 2-1 Panthers win in overtime. That's expected when you're going to be boneheads like that. And we will now be down 2-1 as Stepan has another crazy performance with his .965 save percentage. But the game, of course, wants to go back to Colton Ellis. Of course. Stepan stepping up. Keep it up, my man. It's May 20th now. 6 more days in theory. Possibly 3 more games. This is game 3, so 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all right. Here we go, down 2-1 after that tough 2-1 overtime loss. Not Stepan's fault. We need to get more offense going. We scored 10, then we go down to 1, just like the Devils series where we scored that 8-7 game and everything. I digress. You've seen the postseason. Here we go. First period, quick goal. Thank you very much, Bo Horvat. 57 seconds in on the power play. That incredibly efficient power play continues to impress. Shots are 15-7 for Florida after 20. Second period, 2-0 Isles. Sorry, 2-1. My apologies. Benjamin Keevan scores 59 seconds in, not quite Horvat's 57 from the first period, making it 2-0, but then a power play goal from Sharon Govich a few minutes after that makes it 2-1. The Panthers out shooting us 24-20 through 40, but we hold the 1-goal lead headed into this third and final period. Power play Panthers, a quick power play goal from Matthew Tkachuk, but thank you Ralph Pricing in that third line role, makes it 3-2. Shots still in the Panthers' favor. Power play Isles though killed off. 10 minutes to go in this third period. Can we win this game and tie the series at 2, or do the Panthers have a little bit of fight left in them? 5 minutes to go here in sunny Sunrise, Florida. 29 seconds. Yes! Riley Stepan! 38 saves from the 71 overall. Oh man, and we thought like the Philip Lindbergh at a 79 was a crazy story, right? 38 saves on 40 shots as we get outshot 40-29, but win 3-2 in another 1-goal game. Stepan makes 38 saves, pricing a goal and an assist up in that third line spot. Thank you, GM Data. A little pat on my own back, I gotta say it. And Sharon Govich with a goal and an assist for third star honors with the Cats. All right, this series is now tied at 2, and it'll be a best of 3 headed back to UBS Arena. Let's get back, of course, to Riley Stepan, who now has a combined 9... No, that's the Bridgeport numbers. There we go. A 960 save percentage through 4 appearances with a 1.25 goals against average. 5 goals on 126 shots against. For, yes, again, I'll keep saying it until the end of this episode, no matter what happens, the 71 overall. Could it be the NHL backup next year? I don't know. Anyways, here we go for Game 5 with this series tied at 2. A huge game right here. Whoever wins it has a chance to end it in Game 6 and head to the Stanley Cup Final. Here we go, back at home. First period, 2-1 Cats early. Tkachuk scores. Horvat answers. Who else but Bo? Then Rekhoff makes it 2-1 Panthers. Shots are 16-10 in our favor, but we trail by 1 after 20. Second period, 4-1 Panthers. Can't always rely so much on Stepan. We got to score more than 1 on 29. Barkov and Boqvist, 4 on 19. Yes, not great, but 1 on 29 for us. That's even worse, I would say. So we're down by 3 here in the third period. Game's not over. Power play. Come on, here's the chance. Oh my goodness. Like a 8-minute power play goes nowhere, so that's going to be the game. Another power play. More than half this period being spent on the power play. Oh my goodness, again an extended one. Horrible, 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 horrible. As Spencer Knight makes 43 saves on 44 shots, and we are disgustingly inefficient on the power play. Oh my, double minor, 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 minor. All these penalties in such a short span. Second period with just 1 there, and then first period the hooking minor, then the cross-checking minor. Oh my goodness. We lose 4-1. And are now down 3-2. I believe, I'm not sure which one it was, but I know for sure one of them, where we beat the Panthers in 7, one of them had us down 3-2. Augustine back in the lineup. Pff, Ellis, I'm sending you down, man. Unless we keep him and we send like Pispinen down. You know what? Yeah, because if we needed a 13th forward right now, it would be our Curie. Probably. But it doesn't change it. Pispinen can go down, doesn't change anything in my life. Let's go to Augustine backing up Stepan. Stepan will get another start. Yeah, those numbers are the AHL numbers, though. All right, and we'll see. Yeah, Augustine will be fully healthy for Game 7 if we get there, and that'll be a huge question for who gets the start. But you know what? I'm rolling with Riley Stepan for this Game 6. Augustine's not fully healed, and you know what? Even if he was, Stepan's been the better goalie. Just we gotta go by the simulation. If there's nothing else to trust, it's the simulation. Okay, here we go. Game 6. It all comes down to this. Will we be out in 6, or will we make it to the Stanley Cup Final once again, where, let me guess, did the Blue Jackets sweep the Stars? Let's see. What's up in the Western Conference? Oh! The Jets beat the Stars in 5. They've made it to like their 3rd Stanley Cup Final in 4 years. Can we make it our 4th Stanley Cup Final in the last 5 years? That'll be the question on the brink of elimination here against the Panthers in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Final. I don't know, any changes we want to make here? Besser, 8 goals, 15 assists. Horvat, crazy, 12 goals, 22 points. Martone, only 4 goals, but 16 points in 17 games. He's playmaking. Yzerman, 8 and 8. Kapanen, point per game. Matty Barzal, 21 points. Keevan, 9 points, -6. Cousins, 5 points, -5. Pricing, 9 points, +5. Fajimo, Hakana, 9 points. Alexiev. Okay, you know what? I'm swapping and making a crazy move here. I'm bringing up Hakana, and I'm moving down Cousins. Keevan, Hakana, Pricing. is what I'm rolling with change the wings here. Pricing, Hakana, Kevin, Fajmo, Cousins, Alexiev. That's what I'm doing here with another bottom 6 change. Nothing in the top 6. And for the defense, if the game would let me get there, please. Oh my goodness. If I could get there, please. Okay. Zupo and Yurchek, let's see, +7 and +8. Second pair, +5 from Sandin, +3 from Engqvist. Third pair, -4 from Boldzuk, -5 from Pionk. Oh man, who would come out here? Engqvist, if he came back in, he's a right D. 84 overall. We should probably bring him back into this lineup with how the third pair has been doing. Boldzuk, 3.5-star skating, 83 acceleration, 83 speed versus 87, 87. I wonder then on defense, 88, 86 versus 82, 84. The physical's higher. I'm going to make an executive decision here. Pionk out, Hornqvist in for the third pair. Hornqvist, who was a -2 in 7 games with no points. It was the penalty minutes that kind of miffed me, but we're going to go Boldzuk, Hornqvist, Sandin, Engqvist on those bottom 2 pairs, with Stepan getting the start in Game 6 here against the Panthers. Oh boy, where, as I've said, no matter what happens, come on, 5 consecutive Eastern Conference Finals, you got to be happy about that. But that it would only yield 1 Stanley Cup, you would think that there'd be a bit more. Here we go, Game 6, where we have one last chance to push it to 7 here. We have a little bit of life left in this series. Go out there and leave it out on the ice in sunny Sunrise, Florida to bring it back home for the fans for Game 7 where anything can happen. Dig deep one more game for the veterans. This is your chance. Thank you, Hakana power play goal, first period. Ends 1-1. Hakana power play goal. Tkachuk ties it up soon after. Shots 11-10 for the Isles after 20. Second period now, 3-1 Isles. Yes! Zupo and Yzerman make it 3-1, but this game is not over yet. Shots are 21-19 for the Isles, and we lead by 2 here in Game 6 on the road. Hang on tight, add one more maybe, but batten down the hatches, pass the red line and dump it in a little bit. Power play Panthers. Power play goal from Sam Reinhart. It's a 1-goal game with, thank you, Brock Besser restores the 2-goal lead with 3 minutes to go. Will that be enough for a 7? And yes, it will be, as Sam Boldzuk, who we kept in this lineup, scores the empty netter. And the Islanders win 5-2. Shots 33-29 in our favor to force Game 7. History repeating itself once again for a third time in the 3 times that we faced the Panthers in the Eastern Conference Final, going to 7 games. Zupo has a 4-point night, a goal and 3 assists for first star. Tkachuk and Yzerman a goal and an assist each as we force 7. 1 win away. And Augustine, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Out with a swollen knee, playing as my backup. He has a playable injury. He does not play. And because of his swollen knee, he's now out until the end of the postseason. We weren't even using him, so that's it. If we're going to win the cup, it's with a 71 overall. There you go. Are you serious? Did he play at all in that game? No, he didn't. Are you serious? Let me guess, in warm-ups, right? The swollen knee got worse, but he's back up. I guess there's a storyline argument for that, but you can't even put a playable injury goalie in your backup not playing. There you go. Re-injures his swollen knee, and he's out for the playoffs. If we're going to win the cup, it's with a 71 overall. Riley Stepan, get ready to step up even more. Here we go. Game 7 at home at UBS Arena, with Riley Stepan between the pipes to see if we can get one last win to get ourselves to a 4th Stanley Cup Final in the last 5 years, to face off against Winnipeg Jets for the 3rd time in the Stanley Cup Final. What a rivalry this has been, but we have one more win to get before that can be the case. The Panthers have lost in 7 in the Eastern Conference Final twice before against us. Will they lose for a 3rd time? We continued history against the Blue Jackets. We continued history against the Devils. Now we try to continue history against Florida. With home ice advantage, Game 7, gentlemen, the stage is yours. First period, 2-1 Isles after 20, yes! Porter Martone opens it up. Brock Besser makes it 2-0, and then Sam Reinhart gets the Panthers some life. Shots are 14-13 after 20, and we hold a 1-goal lead, 40 minutes away from another Stanley Cup Final. Second period now, 4-1 Islanders! Yes, Bo Horvat Shots are 33-18. The captain scores twice in Game 7 to put us up 4-1. Shots are 33-18, and we have a 3-goal lead headed into the third and final period. 20 minutes away. 5-1 Brock Besser. We come back from down 3 games to 2. We beat the Blue Jackets again. We beat the Devils again. And we beat the Panthers again in another 7-game Eastern Conference final. Oh no, Colton Ellis is in now. Why? As we have booked our ticket to the 4th Stanley Cup Final of the last 5 seasons. The GM data era has now yielded 4 Stanley Cup Final appearances. Did I say that right? 4 in the last 5 years. We are 1-2. Now here's our 4th chance. As we win Game 7, outshooting the Panthers 46-29, the 71 overall Riley Stepan makes 27 saves. Horvat with 2 goals and 2 assists, a 4-point night. Porter Martone with a 5-point night. And Brock Besser with 2 goals and an assist. The top dogs came through. Everyone's stepping up. Stepan stepping up. Everyone is stepping up. And who else but the Jets to face off against for the Stanley Cup? Here we go. Oh my goodness, let's take a second to breathe. Oh my goodness. Through 19 games, Bo Horvat and Brock Besser have 27 points each in 19 games. Barzal and Martone with 21 points each. Kapanen point per game with 19. Yzerman 18. Zupon 16. Hakana, the rookie, 81 overall with 11 points. Yurchek 11 and a plus 13. Pricing has 9 points. Great stuff from him through 19 games. Keevan with 9 as well, but a negative 6. Fajmo 9 points. Engfist 6 and a plus 3. Cousins 5 points, negative 4. That's why I got demoted. Alexei 4 points, negative 1. Sandin 3 assists and a plus 7 in 12 games. I love you. Bolzuk 2 goals and a negative 5. Pionk 2 points, negative 5 as well there. Hornquist 1 assist and a negative 2 in 9 games. And for the goaltending, Riley Stepan is 5-1-1 with a shutout, a .935 save percentage, and 1.93 goals against average as a 71 overall. Oh my goodness. What is up in Winnipeg? They don't have Colton Ellis anymore. Who's their goaltender? It is Hugo Almfelt, an 82 overall. Ooh, big upgrade. He's 10-3-0 with a .908 save percentage and 3.11 goals against. And their skaters, Kyle Connor has 23, Ehlers 19. And of course, Pelly, that medium lead forward that they got in that swap of picks that got us Dupont, now a 91 overall. 17 points in 15 games. Another reason I keep saying it, why that trade made sense for the Winnipeg Jets, and why I have no problems with having done it. Here we go for the Stanley Cup Final now. Let's check out their lineup first. The Winnipeg Jets, here we go. The 3rd time we face off against them in the Stanley Cup Final. We're 1-1 in our history against the Jets. So 4 years ago, we lost against the Avalanche in 6. 3 years ago, we swept the Jets to win our first Stanley Cup of this franchise mode series. 2 years ago, we didn't make the Stanley Cup Final. We lost in the Eastern Conference Final. And then last year, the Jets beat us in 6 to win the Stanley Cup. So it's a rematch 1 year later against these same 2 storied rivals. It's a 1-1 matchup, so this will be the tiebreaker. We beat them 3 years ago. They beat us last year. Now 2032. This is going to be the chance to see who has the upper hand. Connor, Barbashev, and Ehlers, the first line here in Winnipeg. Pelly, Lambert, and Bushnevich, the second line. Pavel Bushnevich, franchise mode legend here on the channel. Betcher, Frederick, and Cunnin on the 3rd line. 4th line, Laferriere, Geeky, and Adam Kelly. Defense, they have Nicholas Hague with Philip Broberg. 2nd pair, Carlo and Jérémy Poirier. And 3rd pair, 80 overall, Josh Morrissey, now at the age of 37, with Oliver Shillington. Between the pipes, they have Hugo Almfelt, who we just mentioned, yes, backed up by Callie Klang. So, on paper, not super impressive, an 82 overall on their 2nd line, but also a 91. The bottom 6, all between 79 and 82. Their best defenseman is an 84 overall, but as we're seeing with our 71 overall goaltender, that means nothing, so don't be fooled. Hague has 5 points and is a plus 3. Broberg 3 points, negative 1. But also, at the same time, I'm also saying that this is a team that we can beat. This is a team that we can beat. So here we go for the 2032 Stanley Cup Final. Here we are again, facing off against the Jets, who went 46, 26, and 10 on the season. In the postseason, we're scoring 0.01 goals more, 4.21 versus 4.2. Goals against, we're at 3, they're at 3.27. Power play, we're more efficient, 29.5 versus their 22. And penalty kill, we're also more efficient, 88.7 versus their 86. All right, so here we go for Game 1 of the 2032 Stanley Cup Final, our 4th appearance in 8 years of the GM data era and 4th of the last 5. I know I'm saying these numbers a lot. Some people skip along different parts of the episode, so I'm trying to say the same thing many times, but you're getting it, all right? First period, and it's 1-1. Betcher opens it up on Ellis, one of the lowest overall players, scores on our low overall goal. Wait, why is Ellis starting? Why is Ellis starting? No! Did I not switch it back? I thought I had. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I must have made a mistake there. So Ellis is starting, or at least playing here against his old team. Was he in since the beginning? Ellis there? Yeah, looks like it. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry about that. I made a mistake. Barzal thankfully ties it. 14-7, the shots in our favor doubled for the Isles through 20. Second period now, 3-2 Jets, of course. Besser scores to make it 2-1, but then Barbashev ties it, and Cunnin goes up 3-2. The Jets have a 1-goal lead, 3 goals on 20 shots. We need to bail out the goaltending here. Power play opportunity killed off. Power play Jets killed off as well. We need an even strength goal. Cunnin. Oh my goodness. The auto-rotate. I don't want the goalie who's worse, even though he's a few overall higher to be playing. I have to go into the settings and go through the laggy menus, click, click, click 100 times just to turn off auto-rotate. As Jiricek scores with 4 seconds left, but it's not enough as we lose 4-3. Oh my goodness. Auto-rotate turned off. Colton Ellis, man, never show your face in the state of New York again. Ellis down with his .864 save percentage. Yep. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we dropped game 1. That's just reality. We got to move on. We dropped game 1. We move on. It happened. Bridgeport, head coach, replace. It happened, we move on. It was a 1-goal loss. We allowed 4. We only scored 3, including that one with 3 seconds left. We had to score more. That's just the fact. We had to score more. We didn't. We lost game 1. We've been used to losing game 1 at home. Let's win game 2 and make it a best of 5 as we've been doing. Here we go. We can't drop both at home and allow the Jets to take both on the road and then go back to Winnipeg with a 2-0 series lead. No. Unacceptable, gentlemen. Here we go. First period, and it's 2-1 Isles. Yzerman opens it up. Barzal makes it 2-0. Then Luke Cunnin, of course, who else? He's just going to score all the goals. 11-9 are the shots for Winnipeg after 20 as we lead by 1. Second period, 2-1 it remains. Shots 19-18 in our favor. Low shooting period there as we continue to lead by that 1 goal thanks to Matty Barzal. Correct? Now it's 3-1 thanks to Matty Barzal. Yes. 3-1 thanks to pricing. 4-1 thanks to Kapanen on the power play. Oh, and thankfully it looks like we'll be saved and get game 3 as Kyle Connor scores on the power play, but then Alexeyev answers right back a minute later. Power play Isles killed off. 3-goal cushion with 5 minutes to go. And we'll win game 2 to tie the series at 1 and make it a best of 5, just like we did against the last few series that we've had, right? Shots end 31-27, and we win 5-2 to split the games at home. Kapanen and Barzal a goal and an assist each. Dupont 2 assists. Thank goodness. All right. We continue with Stepan as the starter. No doubt about it. And we'll head to Winnipeg at the Canada Life Center to continue on this best of 5 series. Here we go for game 3 on the road, facing off in hostile territory. First period, 1-1 after 20. Martone opens up on the power play. Love those power play goals. But then Kyle Connor ties it. Shots now 14-12 for the Jets through 20. Second period, 2-1 Isles. Thank you, Matty Barzal. The veterans have been incredible. I know the future is bright with Martone and Yzerman and Kapanen, but what are we going to do once Horvat, Barzal, and Besser are gone? That's a question for another day. 2-1 Isles after 40. Shots 29-19 in our favor. 1-goal lead. Power play Jets. Big penalty kill right there. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes into the period. Still hang on to our 1-goal lead. Halfway through the third, I'd love to see another, maybe from the bottom 6. A little quiet as of late. Maybe a little Benjamin Keevan in there. 5 minutes to go. With a power play for Winnipeg late, pulling the goalie, we kill it off, and Boldzuk adds another empty netter, his second of the playoffs, third of the playoffs, second empty netter, and we win game 3 by a score of 3-1, outshooting Winnipeg 38-30, 29 saves on 30 shots from Riley Stepan. Are you not entertained? Oh my goodness, how is he doing this? Allenfelt makes 35 saves, Stepan makes 29, and Barzal scores the game winner to put us up 2-1, stealing one on the road here in Winnipeg. Oh boy. 2-1 series lead. Let's win both on the road and make it 3-1. Oh, what this series could have been if we had a game 1 victory there. Oh, Colton Ellis Don't even, we're not going to put your name on the cup if we get it. If. Huge if. Just saying. Score, series 2-1 through 3 games. Here we go for game 4. First period, 0-0 after 20 shots, 15-8 in our favor. Second period, 0-0 it remains. Shots almost triple, 32-12 for the Islanders' favor, but we remain scoreless. 0-0 after 40. Third period, who's going to break the deadlock? Power play Jets, and it's a power play goal from Buchnevich for the first goal of this game. We're at almost 40 shots. Come on, power play Jets again, killed off. 8 minutes to go. Nothing on over 40 shots now. Power play Isles. Thank you, Porter Martone. But, of course, Ehlers answers right back. We're getting at 1 on 50. 1 on 50. Are you serious? Are you for real? 1 goal on 49 shots. I understand 1 goal on 35 shots. 1 goal on 49 shots? Are you serious? 0 even strength goals, more than doubling the Jets' shots, and we lose 2-1 to tie the series now with 2. Allenfelt makes 48 saves. Are you serious? We've only scored 4 goals in the last 2 games, including an empty netter. That's true. 3 goals on the goaltender. Are they still playing down in the AHL? No, I don't think so. As looks like we got eliminated. Calgary won the final, but I think we had just played... Maybe we made the final. I think they made the final. All right. It is now a best 2 out of 3 for the Stanley Cup. A best 2 out of 3 to win Lord Stanley's Cup. Here in Game 5, back at home at UBS Arena, no need to stop for anything. The offense has been a little bit concerning, but I don't think there's anything to change in our lineup. I'm content with the lineup, at least for Game 5. We'll see for Game 6, win or lose. Stepan with his .935 save percentage. Here we go, at home. The next win will be, well, whoever wins this game, I'm trying to say, will be 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup. Will it be a second in 4 years for us, or a second in back-to-back years now for the Jets? First period ends 2-0 Islanders. Thank you so very much. Yzerman and then Besser to put us up 2-0 after 20. Shots 11-6. We're out shooting them like crazy this series. Bo Horvat, the captain. Is that his first in the Stanley Cup Final? Thank you, captain. Oh, captain, my captain. 3-0 Isles. The second period ends 4-1. Buchnevich makes it 3-1. Then Sam Boldzuk, who we kept in this lineup. Yes, GM data. Shots are 22-17 after 40, and we lead 4-1. Up by 3 and 20 minutes away from being 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. Thank you, Cole Yzerman makes it 5-1. A 4-goal cushion. Will that be enough? I hope it is. Power play Jets killed off. It's looking like it. Halfway through the third, Brock Besser makes it 6. There's the touchdown, and we will win Game 5 at home with a chance to win the Stanley Cup on the road in Winnipeg. Kapanen with a power play goal to make it 7. The extra point is good. Phasma 1 more. Engqvist another. Keep piling it on, everybody. Make it 10. Brock Besser. That's our second 10-goal game of this postseason. The floodgates opened like crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals in the last 6.5 minutes of this game. Wow. All within 2.5 minutes as well. 4 goals in 2.5 minutes on Allenfelt and Klang. Shots end 38-23, and we win 10-2 with a 6-goal third period. Besser, didn't even notice that. A hat-trick for Brock Besser. The first hat-trick of this postseason. A goal and 2 assists from Bo Horvat, and 4 assists from Porter Martone. Porter Airlines taking off. We are now 1 win away. 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. Oh, after losing to Winnipeg last year in 6, losing to Colorado a few years ago, we're 1-2 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Can we go 2-2? Plus going 2-1 against Winnipeg, winning our second cup through our 8 years of our series so far, plus our second in the last 4 years. This is our chance right now. Riley Stepan, make history for us. Game 6. Hold on, let GM Data get into the room here. Hold on, I'm sweating in this chair. Brock Besser, 35 years old, a man possessed, Conn Smythe favorite, you would think. A Stanley Cup champion, last year of his contract. Will he come back? Who knows? We brought you in to try and be that scoring touch for the top 6. Can you win your second cup here with the Islanders? We'd love to see you do it. Bo Horvat, our captain, got traded here from Vancouver. Thank you, Lou. Can it be your second cup now at the age of 37? Porter Martone, we put a lot of stock in you. We drafted you. We gave you the ice time. You want your second cup. Barzal, a lifer, 35, first-round pick back in 2015 for his second cup. Kapanen, Yzerman, their second cups. Pricing, it would be his first. Hakana, it would be his first. Kevin, it would be his first. Yes, a lot in the bottom six here. Alexeyev, Cousins, and even... Not Fajmo. Yes, Fajmo already has. It would be Fajmo second, but everybody else, Pricing, Hakana, Kevin, Cousins, and Alexeyev, all there first in the bottom six. On defense, Dupont has already had his Stanley Cup. Same with David Jiricek. You signed on long-term here, David. Can you get another Stanley Cup in the first year of that big extension? Engqvist, Hornqvist, can it be the first for you in your first few seasons now in the NHL? Yes. Boldzuk, you found yourself a full-time role. Can you get a Stanley Cup? It doesn't say it on his thing. I don't know why, but he should have it because he was on this team playing games when he won the Stanley Cup. Not sure why it doesn't. And Rasmus Sandin, of course. We didn't get you a lot of ice time this year, but this is your chance now. And the goaltenders, we have Stepan, of course, his first cup. Ellis won it last year. Doesn't even deserve it this year. And the Emperor, Trey Augustine, even though he's not playing the games, he would get his name etched on his second Stanley Cup. After being buried by the Sharks for so many years, we saved him. Now he can be a two-time Stanley Cup champion. It all comes down to this in Game 6 at Canada Life Center. I'd love to do it at home, but we don't need to wait. Let's do it on the road here in Winnipeg in Game 6. Gentlemen, I leave it to you. After such an incredible season, President's Trophy, end the job. Get the job done. Do your jobs, whatever permutation you want to hear me say it. Get out there and finish it off. First period, 0-0 after 20 shots, 13-9 for the Isles. Second period, 1-0 Jets. Trent Frederick putting the Jets up as they are outshooting us 23-20 through 40 minutes. We're down 1-0 here in the third and final period. Who's going to get us back in it? Who is going to get us back in it? It's Brock Besser! Who else? Brock Besser ties this game at 1. 15 minutes to go. Do we win it here or will the Jets force 7? Poirier makes it 2-1. Jérémy Poirier. 2-1 pour Winnipeg. 2-1 with 5 minutes to go. Is there a late hero to tie it? To potentially force overtime? No, Bushnevich adds the empty netter. Oh, and we're off to 7. At least we can do it at home, I hope. But we're off to 7. When we won the Cup in 4 games, I think we did it in Winnipeg when we won the Cup last time. So the Cup to be raised for the first time on Long Island since the 80s. Shots end 36-30 for the Jets. They beat us 3-1, including an empty netter. Stepan makes 33 saves. I'm flabbergasted. As we move to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, does it get better than this, hockey fans? Does it get better than this? I'm going to save, full transparency, I'm going to save. No funny business. I won't have any cuts between now and then, just in case something crazy happens in the sim and the game jams. You never know. I haven't saved since game 1 of round 1. So full transparency, I'm saving the game right now, and with no cuts, I'm still talking, my voice blah blah blah. We're moving into game 7. I want to say more, but I already gave my speech to the boys. You can see in the ticker at the bottom that there's no cuts. I'm talking. I already gave my speech to everybody in the locker room. There's nothing left to say. Gentlemen, you've fought so hard for so long, many of you lifers or multiple 5+ seasons. That's the whole mantra of the Islanders, what we were tasked with when we took over this team initially. Try and do it for those guys like Palmieri and Nelson and Lee. Now it's transformed into Horvat and Besser and Barzal, even some other guys like Boldzuk and whatever else. Here we go. Game 7 at UBS Arena. It all comes down to this. The winner of this game is the Stanley Cup champion. Will it be back-to-back for the Jets or the second in 4 years for the Islanders? Powerplay Jets early, not great. Controller, down. First period, Pelly on the power play. There you go. And 2-0 Nick Ehlers. 2-0 Nick Ehlers. Okay. Okay, powerplay Jets again. Where's the passion? Where's the passion? Thank you. Matty Barzal, 2-1. That gets us back in this one. Now I'm standing. Here we go. All right, first period comes to an end. Shots 14-13 in our favor. We get back in it thanks to Matty Barzal. 2-1 Jets after 20 here at home. Second period, still standing. I got to start walking now. I gotta start walking. 2-1. Thank you. It's Hakana, the rookie. The rookie ties it at 2. Thank you, Hakana. Oh my goodness. Oh my, the voice is really going, but we're gonna fight through it. 5 minutes to go. Oh, Bo Horvat, the captain! The captain, Bo Horvat! 3-2 Islanders. Oh my goodness, from down 2-0, we score 3 unanswered. Shots are 25-23 for the Isles. 3-2 Islanders lead. Bo Horvat has put us ahead at home. The captain has put us ahead. Now third period action. Here we go at UBS Arena. Now I'm sitting back down with the controller. Gotta be ready to pause to jump in. Power play, Jets goes nowhere. Oh no, shorthanded goal, Kyle Connor! Power play, Isles, get it back. Oh my god, hold on, down 2 times 2 speed. Yes, Brock Besser! The Conn Smythe favorite! Could that be the cup-winning goal? With 5 minutes to go, Brock Besser, after Connor's shorthanded goal tied the game, Brock Besser has put us back up. Could that be the Stanley Cup winning goal with 3 minutes left? Shots are 43-33. I don't want to hop in too early here. Why isn't it continuing? Okay, it was frozen for a second there. What's going on? Minute 03, okay. With a minute to go, I'd love to wait more, but I don't want to risk missing things. 1 minute left. This game is not over yet. Thank you, Brock Besser. We go up 4-3, and we are now 1 minute away from winning the Stanley Cup in Game 7 on home ice. What a fairy tale this would be. Let's put down James Sabalski, and here we go. A minute 15 to go. With a 4-3 lead. Zupon to Juracek. Giveaway right away. Love that. Connor. Oh my goodness. Please AI. Don't do me dirty. Horvat bumped off the puck. Juracek. Giveaway to Ehlers. Just pass it right in the middle of the ice. That's it. Ehlers off the boards to himself. Going nowhere. Connor behind the net. Just let him skate by, Bo. That's it. No, thank you. All right. Martone. Pulling the goalie. What? Okay, but delayed penalty. What's going on? Okay, that was a crazy hit. Power play for us. Thank you. That's a huge benefit. The Jets will have to pull their goalie to get it back to even strength. We have a power play with, 50 seconds to go? Unskippable cutscenes. There we go. All right. Offensive zone faceoff. Brock Besser with his 36 points. You've got to think he's the Conn Smythe favorite right now. Offensive zone draw with 50.2 seconds to go. Here it is. Barzal on the draw. Matty Barzal wins it back. Juracek. Yzerman. Oh, what a great shot. Glove save. Allenfeld gives it out to Broberg. Giveaway to Hakana. Blocked in front by Korzak. Laferriere can't get it out. Hakana keeps it in, killing time. Thank you. That's it. Just keep killing that clock. Will the Jets pull the goalie? No! Keevan fighting hard. Benjamin Keevan coming in. Eisman can't get it through traffic. Allenfelt will hang on. With 27.5 seconds to go. Up 4-3 on the power play. Taking the cup out now. The keeper of the cup at UBS Arena. Taking out Lord Stanley. Oh my goodness. Can you feel it? I don't want to skip, I just want to stare at it. Offensive zone draw again. Porter Martone throwing the body like crazy. 69 hits this postseason. Look at those banners up there. Why is Martone taking the face-off and not Bo Horvat? Oh my goodness, that crazy layout thing that I tried to fix at the start of the year. It didn't work. All right. Besser skating back. Over to Zupon. Now here's Kapanen. Martone. Just keep killing the time. That's it. Horvat, great shot. Oh, diving rebound. Diving save on the rebound from Allenfelt. 10 seconds left. Here's one last push. Pelly broken up by Dupont. Kill the clock, Dupont. Martone across to Horvat. Ladies and gentlemen, the New York Islanders. Oh, of course, with 5.5 seconds left. The New York Islanders with a Game 7 victory are your 2032 Stanley Cup champions. Beating the Blue Jackets, the Devils, the Panthers, and the Jets. Look at that hair from Alexiev as well. Didn't realize that. Look at the flow. Our second Stanley Cup of the GM Data era, and our second cup of the last 4 years. Your New York Islanders are the Stanley Cup champions. Oh, man, that feels good after back-to-back President's Trophies. And yes, Brock Besser does indeed win the Conn Smythe Trophy with a 36-point, 17-goal postseason. Oh, I'm so glad we picked him up in free agency and paid what we did at the time. I'm a bit congested here. That might be good for Gary coming out. Gary, get out here. Well, hello, Long Island. Bo Horvat, you've been such a fantastic leader for your team, and the fans of New York have been waiting for this for so long. So, Bo, it is your honor. Bo skates up, takes it from Gary in front of the home fans, and raises the Stanley Cup! Oh, the voice is really going. Sorry, it's not my greatest announcing here, my greatest commentating. Bo Horvat, a Stanley Cup champion for the second time, and he'll pass it first. Almost, did I give it to Stepan? You know what? Rasmus Sandin, who's been here a long time, and I would have made an alternate captain almost this season. Rasmus Sandin gets it next. He's been a real trooper here on the island. We've had him for many years now. Love Rasmus Sandin. Well-deserved Stanley Cup. Getting it for the second time. But Horvat gives it to him first. Next up, we gotta give it... Let's see, Besser got the Conn Smythe already. I think, you know what? Let's go. We gotta go Stepan. It's too crazy of a story. Riley Stepan, get in here. Get your bald head over here. He's big, he's bald, he's Alex Ault, what I always think of. Riley Stepan, get in here. The 71 overall, one of the best franchise mode stories in a very long time. Potential Data 72 future Hall of Famer for that one story, I don't know. But Riley Stepan is a Stanley Cup champion, from AHL starter to NHL starter and Cup champ. And last, you know what? Let's go Boldzuk. You know what? The longest serving player on this team, I think, at this point, aside from Barzal, probably. The second longest serving, Sam Boldzuk, a very well-deserved Stanley Cup as well for him. Such a steady presence on that third pair. Sam Boldzuk getting to raise the cup, getting a little extra look there. So beautiful in front of the home fans as well. I love this. I love this. Ladies and gentlemen, break out the cameras, get your screenshots ready, zoom in, and snap what looks like a wonderful picture. Alexei, look at that hair and mustache. Go ahead and snap that picture because I promise you, it'll last a lifetime. There it is. Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. Oh, we did it, we did it, we did it. Game 7 by a goal. Brock Besser, the game-winning goal, the Conn Smythe winner. Let's check out those names. Bo Horvat, captain. Alexei, Arcuri, Augustine, Barzal, Besser, Boldzuk, Cousins, Dupont, Yzerman, Ellis, cross it out, Engqvist, Fajmo, Hakana, Hornquist, Yurchek, Kapanen, Kevin, Martone, Pionk, Pricing, Sandin, and of course, Riley Stepan. As the shots end 47-36 in this one, 4-3 the final. In Game 7, dramatic fashion, another one-goal game. Whether it was win or loss, a lot of one-goal games in this postseason. As we end the playoffs, looking at the point totals one last time, with Brock Besser leading the way with 17 goals and 36 points in 26 games, 35 years old. Oh, I don't know how he's doing this, but I love him. 161 points in 162 games in his postseason career now. We love you, Brock Besser. Bo Horvat, 33 and 26. The captain raises another cup at the age of 37. Porter Martone with 32 in 26. Oh my goodness, leading the team in assists. 32 points from the big man himself. Kapanen with 29. Barzal with 27. Yzerman 12 goals and 24 points. Dupont 19. Yurchek 14. Hakana in his rookie season puts up 12 and 26. Pricing has 6 goals, 11 points. Kevin 10 points, -6. Okay. Fajmo 10 points plus 11. Whoa. Engqvist 9 points plus 9 in his rookie season. Cousins 7 points, -3. Wasn't really impressive. Alexei 7 points, -1. He actually had some good production on the fourth line. Sandin 5 assists and a plus 14 in 19 games. That's why we had to get him in there. Boldzuk 4 goals and a -3 in 26 games. Hornquist 3 assists plus 2 in 16 games. Pionk 2 points, -5 in 17 games. So he came here, he got his cup. Thank you and goodbye, Neil Pionk. And goaltending. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody rise on your feet right this second. Riley Stepan as a 71 overall. Let me just take a screenshot here for... Actually, no, I can't during recording. I'll have to do it after. Just to start with the EA NHL franchise subreddit. Riley Stepan, 71 overall. 9-3-1 with 1 shutout, a .933 save percentage, and 1.97 goals against average. This is bananas. Bonkers. I don't know what word to use. Riley Stepan at 23 years of age, the 7th round, 197th overall pick in 2027, parts of 3 seasons in Bridgeport, ready to be traded away as excess, a guy who never will grow. And then he comes in here and wins the Stanley Cup for us with all those injuries. We would not have won the Stanley Cup with Augustine out and Ellis doing what he was doing. So goodbye, Colton Ellis. Augustine hopefully healthy for next season. And that's it. Oh, wow. So that's our first piece of hardware since our last Conn Smythe 4 years ago, which was won by Evgeny Malkin. So Brock Besser, now just the second award we've won in 8 years. And there was our road to the Stanley Cup. The Jets had swept the Blues, took down the Wild in 6 and the Stars in 5, then lose in 7 to us in the Stanley Cup Final as they make another Cup Final. We have to check how many they've been to now. Advancing a day, yes, the Islanders Stanley Cup champions, Calgary Wranglers Calder Cup champions. Down in the AHL. Sorry, let me go back. Let's go to awards. Awards here. So, Stanley Cup to the Isles, second time in 4 years. In the AHL, does it tell us, do we make the final? There's a lot of different awards here. Bridgeport, yes, we did win it for the East, so we did make it to the Calder Cup final. All right, so Stanley Cup champions, and also President's Trophy for back-to-back seasons there. The Jets were in a 4th consecutive Stanley Cup final, and they've won only 1 of those 4 opportunities. They're 1-3. We're now 2-1 against the Jets and 2-2 in Stanley Cup finals. It's now been a New York team 5 years in a row between us and the Rangers. Individual awards, Draisaitl won the Art Ross and the Hart. Makar wins the Norris. Lady Bing to Draisaitl. Calder to Comiskey. Conn Smythe to Brock Besser. Yes. Vezina to Askarov over in San Jose. Jennings also to Askarov. Masterton to Ryan Pulock over on the LA Kings. Congrats to him. Former Islander. Parsons in Vancouver wins the Jack Adams. Pelly wins the Selke. Wow. Draisaitl to Ted Lindsay. And also the Maurice Richard. What a year for Leon Draisaitl. Down in the AHL, no awards from any of the Bridgeport boys. All right. Oh, boy. So I guess all that's left to do now is sim to the draft, retirements, check out the contract situation, look at the draft, think about progress reports, and we'll call it an episode. Probably already a long enough one. I'm not sure how long it'll be once I get to editing. But let's sim to the draft and see what comes our way. Salary cap up to $110.875 million. Wonderful. Carolina stays at 1. Utah jumps from 4 to 2. Toronto drops from 2 to 3, Buffalo 3 to 4 in the draft lottery. All right. Player retirement now. I wonder if any of our veterans would think about retiring after winning the Stanley Cup, going out on top. But they're all still good enough to keep on playing. I wonder... No. All right, no retirements, thank goodness. Nathan McKinnon retires at the age of 36 and still a 90 overall. Thank goodness that didn't happen to us. Pasternak, Nylander, some young players retiring. Young players who are 36-year-olds here. 91 overall Pasternak. That's ridiculous. Toffoli, Riley, Morrissey, Drouin, Lehkonen, Kopp, Jenner, Burakovsky, blah, blah, blah. Actually, Neil Pionk, the only Islander to retire, so I don't need to let him go to free agency. He retires as a Stanley Cup champion, signs his 1-year deal, gets a cup, and retires. Congrats to you, Neil Pionk. Duclair, former Islander, retires as well. Devon Tays, former Islander, not in our time, but in his career. Pierre Engvall, we added him for the beginning of our series, of course, retires. And let's see, sorry for the goaltenders. Connor Hellebuck, we've seen a lot in this series. Retires weighing 429, 283, and 70 in his career. All right, there you have it. There are the retirements for the goaltenders. Matt Murray, who played like a season with us as third goalie as well. No retirements in Bridgeport. No retirements in... Actually, Brashear. I'm not sure what position he has. One of our associate coaches or something retiring there. All right, draft interviews, no need. Pro Scout in the line, thank you very much. Now, let's wrap up this episode. First and foremost, progress reports. Sorting by overall, Dupont 93. Jiricek, wasn't he a 91 at some point? 92, Martone, Kapanen 89, Horvat 89, Barzal, Besser, great. Yzerman from an 86 to an 89. Now, will it stick? We've seen him at an 89 before, or an 88. Will it stick now? That's the question. Or will he continue to just put up those numbers as an 86, I wonder. Kevin Cousins down from 86 to 85. Alexei, Hornqvist, Augustine. Fadro down from 84 to 82. He'll likely walk here in the postseason. And that's it. Now, in the system, looking at who saw some big growth, Maddox March went up to a 71. Big growth from him. Summers to a 75. Gervais Chouinard up to a 77. Nazarov to a 79, so he'll likely be in the NHL next season. Anybody else with big growth? Teaming into 76. Simpson to 77 with that medium elite potential. I want to see even more growth from him. Russ Simpson, if he's going to hit the medium elite, he's gone from 75 to 77. We need a little bit more. Sasaki to 66. How about that Bates? Yeah, Bates, that defenseman, didn't grow from 79. All right. And goaltenders aside from him. Stepan stays at a 71, but I wonder after winning a Stanley Cup if he'll grow at least like to a 75. Or will it just be he's a 72 or still a 71? Come on now. All right, so that's for the progress reports. Now, next question, the contracts. Moving into next episode, what do we want to think for extensions? Or just re-signs, or what are we going to do? So once the re-sign phase begins, we will have 26.7 million between Besser, Horvat, and pretty much it. So Besser, of the 26 million, he wants about 12 we just saw? Yeah. If we could get him with a full no-move clause, I'd love to keep him for another season. Let's keep going on one-year contracts. Maybe he wants 2? We can get him way down from 13 down to 10. He had a crazy season, so let's not underpay him. But let's also say, like, listen, you're 35. Who knows how you're going to do next season with the top 6 potential? Or do we even go 2 years and bring it down to, like, be more reasonable at 9.5? Do we think about that, or just keep it 1 year? Horvat with the top 9 potential now. He'll probably drop a bit more. He wants 2 years at 12 million-ish. Right now he really wants 2 years. So maybe when the re-sign phase begins, that will completely change. It's very, very possible. So I don't think we sign him here at the draft. Besser's a question mark. Horvat, probably not. Fagemo, if he were to stay, he'd be looking at 2.725. Not impossible, but we have players ready to take those spots. He's 32 now. I think it's time to move on from him. It was a nice time for him being from an AHL guy to a 13th forward to finding a full-time spot. He spent 2 years in Bridgeport, parts of then 4 full seasons plus 27, 28, 2 Stanley Cups. There you go. That's nice to say for a career for Samuel Fagemo. Pricing should be re-signed, I think. That would be 2.7, expiring UFA. Yeah, we have his RFA rights right now. And aside from that, everyone else should be easy enough, yes. And for the goaltenders, Ellis, I can't wait to kick him to the curb. Stepan will get his contract. And that'll be about it. Unsigned players. Summers up to a 75, who we saw just... Brock Summers, 49 goals. Wow, 4th round pick in 2030. 49 goals and 93 points in the WHL in 71 games. Okay. And that's that for the re-sign. Do we want to potentially consider pending free agents? If you're thinking about and trying to construct next season's lineup, could it include some free agents? Let's see. So looking at the pending UFAs sorting by overall, Eichel, McGroarty, Connolly, Pinto, Khrushchev, Novak, Jarvis. Lots of big names here. Scrolling down, Saipakov at an 86. So here are all the players who are, let's say, 84 overall and up. All the forwards. And then the defenseman, Minchikov, who's going to be asking for a mint. No pun intended. Hronek, Fervery, Schneider, Shabbat, blah, blah, blah. Everybody else. And if you're curious as well for the goaltending, Hrabal at an 89, Swayman, Shesterkin, Skinner, Vimmelka, Gustafsson, Decord, Kosa, all the way down the list there. All right, so that's all those pending free agents and contracts. And the last question for all of you will be for the draft class. Looking at our picks, we have the last pick of the first round. So pick 32. Then we pick early in the second round with pick, 40 then? So we have 32, 40, and 64. Then we have the third round, 3 fourth rounds, 2 fifths, a 6th, and a 7th. In the draft class, Joel Donovan going first overall, medium elite right there. If we scroll down, or even look at this guy, medium elite Brelin, a Ukrainian centerman, 2 years away with medium elite potential. Always tempting, but I don't know how easy it would be to trade up. Medium elite, right? Probably. Hugo Dupont, 17-year-old who's 4 years away. I think we should really target this guy, actually. We'll pick at 31. I mean, we'll have the 31st overall pick. We could take Wade Sylvestre. Wade, but then a French last spelling. Sylvestre. He is 3 years away as a low elite offensive defenseman. I'd love to get Sylvestre et Dupont, with the E on the end. That would be great. There's a lot of great French Canadians here. Elliot Perrault. So, okay. Then into the second round, low elite here, Nikolai Samsonov, 3 years away, right wing sniper. Then a bunch of the medium top 6s that we always see, medium top 4D. Another T. Holmqvist. This is another Thomas Holmqvist. We have Thomas Holmqvist on the left and Thomas Hornqvist on the right. Let's try that. Imagine. Top 6s, medium starter, low elite, Alanov, another Ukrainian. If we sort by potential, we see medium elites into the, so there's a lot of goalies that we could go with. Zykov, Palin, Daly. Dupont is the best because he's ranked so highly and he's 4 years away at 17. I'm sure he's a good overall already. Daly is 5 years away at 18. Palin is 5 years away at 17. Julius Palin. and Ilya Zykov, also 5 years away at 18. So these guys would all be fine, I'm sure, especially Daly ranked 84. But for a guy ranked in the first round, even I forgot about this guy, sorry, Fedotenko. Lubomir Fedotenko, 5 years away, 18, medium elite, ranked at 60. This guy Chung, Santiago Chung, medium elite. Yeah, we'll definitely target him. And then some low elites here, especially the guy at 230. Very good. Medium top sixes, just for anyone who's trying to craft the draft class. A lot of medium and low top sixes there. Grinder, Enforcer, Crombie. Nicholas Crombie at 20. Ranked 90th, really. And then the medium top 4Ds and low top 4Ds. There you have it. Draft class. So I think that's about it, everybody. I'm going to close it up by looking at the record book. We haven't done that in a little while. So now through 8 years here on the island, anything that has changed. So the all-time leader in games played is currently Brock Nelson. Most seasons is Billy Smith. Matty Barzal will tie that next year in his 17th season, and he will very likely surpass Brock Nelson for the most games played in Islanders history. Wow. Later on down, we see the most shutouts in Islanders history. Ilya Sorokin has 40. Aside from that, all the previous records in Islanders history are still there. Single season records. Trey Augustine with 45 wins was a record in 2031 last season. Not this season, but the season before. Rookie records, nothing there. And single game records, nothing there either. So just a few little updates for the record book for you. And we'll end it off there, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to think about. Off-season focuses as well. Let me know. 4 main things. The off-season focuses, the draft, free agency / contracts, and potentially any trades as well. And, any excess value we might be thinking about. Yeah, we can consider that too. So that does it, everybody. The 2032 postseason has come to an end. The second Stanley Cup of the GM Data era, and now 2 cups in the last 4 years. I'd love to try for a 3rd in 5, even a 3rd in 6 or 7, who knows, but a 3rd in 5 would be crazy. It's not quite 4 in a row like the Islanders of the 80s, but to get 2 and 4, maybe 3 and 5 or 6, that would be really something special. The journey to that will start next episode for the 2032 draft and off season, so I hope to see you there. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be notified when all of our videos and live streams come your way. Leave a like as well. Leave me a comment down here on YouTube or on the Discord server, link in the description, with your favorite part of this postseason. Who is your MVP? It's gotta be Riley Stepan. Oh my goodness, Riley Stepan. One last look at him. And also consider becoming a channel member. Scroll down and hit join and look at all the perks that would be yours, both here on YouTube and the Discord server, if you were to become a channel member. Riley Stepan will close it out by looking at his numbers. Thank you for your service. A Stanley Cup champion. Is he our backup next year? Who knows? Going 9-3-1. Oh, what a story. Thanks for being here. We love these storylines, and so much better with all the AGMs enjoying them. So I'm so glad that you're here watching. I know from episode 1 to episode 30, there's only a fraction of the viewers, but if you've been watching along with the series and enjoying it along the way, I thank you so very much. I hope that you enjoyed the Stanley Cup victory. Enjoy your day with the cup, and we'll see you in the next one.